Here is a good old popcorn summer film for everyone to sit down and enjoy on the biggest screen that is available. F1 was directed by Joseph Kosinski. Basically, the team who made Top Gun Maverick is here to take the intense scenes from that and put them in the seat of a race car. Brad Pitt stars and is co-starred by Brad Pitt's smile. I mean that. His smirk and radiant face should just go ahead and get nominated for an award all by itself because he makes this whole film work when we are not watching the intense racing sequences. Pitt plays Sonny, a one-time hotshot perspective who is now a drifter of sorts, living in his van and just living the vibing life until he is convinced to come back to F1 racing by a struggling team owner played by Javier Bardem. Sonny needs to work with a new up-and-coming star named Joshua, played amazingly by Damson Idris. I hope I pronounced that name correctly. They obviously have a contentious relationship at first, and it's up to the old vet to teach the new guy teamwork while also seeking to regain his former glory. This picture is completely formulaic and has the schematic that resembles so many sports dramas I have seen in my life, and I'm sure no one will care because it'll just be enamored by the amazing racing sequences in this film. They are extraordinary. The sound design during the races is unbelievable. It drowns out the theater in the best possible way. During the racing, the picture is loud and in your face. It's an amazingly smart decision to give us as many races as we get in this film, all done from the perspective of the driver. It takes what I personally think is a rather boring sport and makes it energetic, action-packed, and fun to witness. I think we can all agree now, after his last two pictures, that the filmmakers of these know how to make films that require the theater experience. They are doing a great job making a case for the movie theater. They do a great thing during certain sections of the races of showing us the track itself overlaying the action on screen, while also cutting to the pit stop people and everyone else in order to make you realize how much of a team sport this is. I don't know anything about car racing. I think it's a rather boring and monotonous sport to spectate, but this film makes it fun and exciting. The only issue I had with the racing sequences themselves is some of the rules and why they happen the way they do. For example, there's a sequence where a character keeps getting nicked by another car on purpose in order to bring out the cruise that will slow down the race and allow other racers to catch up to the leader. I don't know why that's a thing or what the protocol is behind that. I also don't know what a red flag is. I know what it does thanks to this film, but why it is introduced eludes me. I would love to be informed if someone wants to do so, but some of the rules are kind of sketchy for my non-racing lover brain. So while it added to some of the intensity, I wasn't sure what exactly was happening. Other than that, I love how the races are filmed, choreographed, and just plain done. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if this picture gets nominated for Best Sound, Best Cinematography, and Best Special Effects at the Oscars next year. It is astonishing work. Oh yeah, there's a whole other movie surrounding this stuff with the races, and what we get is basically Days of Thunder mixed with any sports drama that has been released in the last few decades. While the two racers are indelible as characters, including showing us the exercises they put themselves through prior to each race, everyone else is every single boilerplate character I've seen in sports drama since I've had sentience. There is a love interest in this picture, and it has no reason to exist at all except to check a box. I didn't buy the chemistry between Pitt and Kerry Condon at all. It felt arbitrary and was only there because that's what sports dramas have to do, I guess. I also think that every other character is underwritten, only pop up into the story when they need to so they can add to the drama or remind us of what the stakes of why these races are even happening in the first place. The antagonistic relationship between the two lead racers is also formulaic and follows the same blueprint that I've seen in 1,000 films like this. I could use The Color of Money, The Mighty Ducks, Days of Thunder, and thousands of others that this film pulls its material from. I love the racing sequences so much, and thankfully they take up a great portion of the film, but everything surrounding it is just run-of-the-mill in so many ways. My two favorite characters were Damson Idris' mother and the love interest character when she is not the romantic interest. They seemed to be alive in their actions, which were believable and seemed to have some diversity to their characterizations. Everything surrounding everyone else, though, makes them locked into the plot without any nuance whatsoever. Pitt has the most diversity in how he approaches ideas for races, but when they are out of the cars, they are all locked into this plot in a linear way. I felt no true agency, and the quote-unquote villain of this picture is the worst offender of them all. He just turns evil when he needs to be, only for him to get his screw you moment from the leads, which is supposed to lead to a fist shaking moment by the audience, but for me, it was predictable and eye rolling. The picture runs over 2.5 hours, and the time didn't feel like a slog to me because the racing sections kept it flowing with tons of entertainment. But I felt this film had very little to say, and it took a long time to not say very much at all. The backstory behind Brad Pitt is severely underwritten, and the inevitable ending didn't feel earned with the two characters as a unit, in my opinion. Even though I have a ton of negatives to say about F1, I can't deny that I had a ton of fun watching it while it was going, and the racing moments were borderline jaw-dropping. Brad Pitt may carry this film because he just has that I'm a movie star aura to him, so he gives the argument for the Hollywood star just as well as any actor going today, behind only maybe Tom Cruise. I think Idris is great in this film too, even if he plays the hotshot I've seen in way too many movies. That's not his fault, he plays the role to near perfection, so I have no issue with the performance at all. What I'm saying in a roundabout way is I highly recommend this film for a theater watch. There is no other way to experience this film except on the biggest screen that you can get your eyes to focus on. I honestly don't know if I'll ever watch it again, except maybe when I go to the drive-in next weekend, but it is a fun time to watch in the moment of a good summer popcorn entertainment. I just wish it would have had more ideas to its off-the-road story instead of the same sports dramas I've been seeing since I was in diapers. I give F1 a marginal 3 stars out of 4. I know I'm being hard on this picture because everyone seems to love it, but I've just seen so many sports drama films in my life, and seeing one like this stick to the formula upsets me a great deal. But the amazing racing sequences take up a good chunk of the runtime, and Brad Pitt's smile should have its own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So there is no way I could, in good conscience, tell people to skip it. I'm sure everyone will love it, and I hope you have a great time. I just happen to like it slightly. And that is my review. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, please like and subscribe. Here's links to my other videos. Follow me on social media if you like. And until next time, I am Ghost.